So Justin Gaethje is probably going to be fighting Conor McGregor, which is bad for Michael Chandler because Chandler has really shown that he's more of a competent coach and cares about making his fighter better throughout the first round in season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter. I feel bad for Michael Chandler. Do I do I feel bad for Justin Gaethje? No, because I think Gaethje's probably going to get an easy win. Um, I was watching episode of Lucas Tracy, and he was talking about that, and a lot of his comments were the Lucas Tracy curse. Now, I appreciate Lucas Tracy's content. I like what he does, and let me tell you that I don't think his curse is real because he has been right every now and again. I just think that, you know, sometimes he makes bad picks. We all do. We all make wrong predictions. It's the sport, it's the whole sphere of the MMA YouTuber realm, okay? It's not a bad thing, but I like to look at the bright side. I think his content's great, but I think that this is going to break the Lucas Tracy curse. Let me break it down because Conor McGregor, yes, has a precision style that would be quote unquote a nightmare against old Gaethje, but new and improved Gaethje, who is so improved, head kicks, takedowns, more of a complete martial artist than people like to realize. If Justin Gaethje plays a more dynamic game like that, Conor McGregor is a super easy winnable fight for him. He really is. It really is. It's gonna not go in Conor McGregor's favor like everyone thinks it is. I could be wrong. Conor could get a lucky shot, and then the Mick fan base misunderstands the Mick dynamics of the Mick bracket, and then Conor McGregor gets a Mick spot on the Mick rankings, and maybe a Mick title shot. Okay, but that's like a nightmare scenario that I don't see really happening at this point. All because I agree with everybody who says Conor McGregor doesn't deserve a spot in the 155 rankings. He's just kind of washed up at this point. I used to really enjoy him. He used to be that double champ, backed up his trash talk, and then when he lost, he took full on accountability. Now I don't see any accountability. I just see deflections and just straight up delusion, like he's owed something in the sport. I think he should just hang it up and retire because watching this season of episode 30 of watching season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter, excuse me, has been really not helping his legacy at all. Plus you got to look at that leg injury and think he's probably not going to come back the same. And the aura of Conor McGregor after getting beat by Dustin Poirier twice has really just diminished that aura. Like he's not he's definitely a dangerous fighter, like Poirier said, but the aura of an unstoppable like wind of mania is not. It's not there. It's just not there. Um, Justin Gaethje, on the other hand, seems like a guy who really looks down on Conor and really wants to put a beating on him, and doesn't like Conor for a lot of reasons that I could see just most normal people wouldn't like him for. So it's completely understandable when you look at Conor McGregor critics and they're all saying the same thing about how he's treated normal everyday people, how he seems like to have all the telltale signs of cocaine usage and maybe some steroids. I can't prove either or, but anyone would be reasonably justified to speculate on that. And let's say he is on some sort of HGH or some sort of performance enhancer. When he gets back into the USADA pool and he fights Justin Gaethje, those muscles are what he's got going for him. And once the cycle stops and he starts to diminish in that realm, we're going to see a Conor McGregor. Let me tell you, that is none of the good and all of the bad. This is if everything I predict comes to fruition. This is just how I see things playing out. And then Justin Gaethje is just going to finish that train once and for all and stomp out the light. And then Conor should have gone with Chandler first. I really hope he goes with that Chandler fight first because he better be able to beat Chandler before he beats Gaethje. If he can't beat Chandler, there's no way he's going to get through Gaethje. Gaethje's just better than Chandler. That's the way it is. And Conor McGregor thinks he's going to bypass. And yeah, the ultimate fighting championship, the UFC, Dana White, they love their cash cow. They want to bring him back. Why else do you think that they're doing Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk? Why do you think they're doing John Jones in an immediate heavyweight title shot? Because he brings in pay-per-views. People like watching him fight. Um, they're trying to find different ways to market, and Connor has been the most authentic marketing, whether you like it or not, in his prime days that has done good money for the UFC, helped it grow. It's a necessary evil. Um, But I think that they're finding other ways that they can market. So if Conor McGregor gets kind of like, finished by Gaethje, which I highly see happening, I think it's time that the McGregor fan base finally wakes up because there's a lot of McDelusion going on that annoys me. They don't understand the actual dynamics of the sport. So even me, I was just kind of like thinking that I was living kind of in clown world and Conor McGregor was going to steamroll through Poirier. I was kind of happy that he lost the trilogy because I think it needs to be a serious wake up call for the fan base because they're not doing the guy any favors. They really are not. Justin Gaethje's fan base is very honest and they know his weaknesses. And I know Justin Gaethje knows how to prepare. The way he's been able to square his game up shows that he takes accountability for his game and wants the best result. He wants to evolve as a fighter. And how can I blame him? You know, he's not as defenseless anymore as people say. Old Gaethje would have been hit by Conor McGregor and put out for sure. But seeing Dustin Poirier, who's obviously a better fighter than Conor McGregor, struggle to even break Gaethje's defenses like he did. I mean, he got that one good shot in round number one, which was like the highlight of the round. Um, I think that Conor McGregor isn't going to be able to come in like he thinks. In fact, he's going to be slower. He just hasn't been actively fighting. He hasn't been staying active in the game. And we're probably going to see more excuses from him when he loses. I I know talking down on Conor McGregor is such a crime to a lot of the online community, but at this point, I think a lot of people are seeing the same thing that Connor's not the same guy he was, and he thinks he's doing a slick decision, and this is going to backfire on him horribly. He should have given Chandler the fight that he deserves, and I know that he does not want to fight Chandler at this point, because in my opinion, watching the first round in season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter, Conor McGregor is completely not wanting any part of Chandler because now it's Chandler who's in McGregor's head. McGregor's losing the physical game, he's losing the mental game, and if he thinks he's going to jump to Justin Gaethje, who does not have a mental game and just is there to destroy his opponents, we're going to see Gaethje do what Conor did to Eddie Alvarez. That's my prediction right now. I'm going to have to see the media tour, the press conference, how things play out. Seeing Conor trying to be intimidating and trying to be a smooth talker while he obviously has no room to talk right now, that's going to be a lot of his Achilles heel. A lot of people think that he's going to hit Justin Gaethje and Gaethje's just going to roll over. No, Gaethje's way too much of a fighter and he's got way too much integrity. I've never met Justin Gaethje, right? But I can tell that he is a guy that has integrity. He wants to be a good example and he wants to inspire us. I think he's authentically that guy who wants to take the gift that he's been given to endure a brutal sport like MMA and he's going to want to be that guy that comes out on top. He's going to be an inspirational story. Arizona for the win. That's all I got to say about that. But bring it on. Team Gaethje. Let's go.